The old Victorian house on Elm Street stood like a sentinel of time, its weathered facade whispering tales of yesteryears. For Liam and Sarah, a young couple eagerly anticipating the arrival of their first child, its peeling paint and wild garden were not signs of neglect, but rather features that spoke of character and history. They saw beyond the crumbling exterior, envisioning a future filled with laughter and warmth within its high ceilings and sun-drenched rooms. Yet moving into their new home brought with it an oddity that caught them off guard. It began with a scent that wafted through the air on particularly damp afternoons, the faint, sweet aroma of lily of the valley. It puzzled them, for they had not introduced any perfumes or potpourris to explain its presence. The scent, while mysterious, was comforting. They welcomed it as a quirk of their old house. Next came the sound. Just as they were drifting off to sleep, a delicate tinkling melody would invade their slumber, reminiscent of a music box. It seemed to emanate from the very walls around them, a gentle lullaby setting the tone for their dreams. They laughed it off, joking that their house had a lullaby setting, finding joy in the strange occurrences. As Sarah's pregnancy progressed, the oddities became more pronounced. With Liam often at work, Sarah found herself alone more often, nesting and preparing the nursery. It was during these quiet moments that she began to see her, an elusive figure in a long gray dress, her hair styled in a soft bun. The woman would appear at the end of the hall, or gazing silently out of the nursery window. Each time Sarah turned her head, the figure evaporated like morning mist, leaving behind a lingering sense of profound sadness that echoed through the air. Liam remained skeptical, attributing Sarah's experiences to pregnancy hormones and an overactive imagination. However, one fateful night shattered his disbelief. Awakening to find Sarah peacefully asleep beside him, he suddenly noticed the woman in gray standing by her side of the bed. Translucent and shimmering in the moonlight, she gently stroked Sarah's burgeoning belly with a tenderness that ignited both fear and empathy in Liam's heart. In the blink of an eye, she vanished, leaving him grappling with the surreal encounter. Determined to uncover the truth, the couple delved into the history of their home at the local historical society. They unearthed a heartbreaking tale. The house, built in 1890 by a ship captain for his beloved wife, Eleanor, had been a sanctuary of love, turned into a prison of grief. The captain left on a long voyage shortly after the house's completion, while Eleanor, pregnant and alone, awaited his return. Tragically, records revealed that she had given birth to a stillborn daughter, and the captain's ship was lost in a storm, leaving Eleanor to languish in sorrow until her own death a decade later. With each revelation, the mysteries unraveled. The scent of lily of the valley was Eleanor's favorite flower, and the music box, a cherished gift from her husband. Liam and Sarah realized the ghost haunting them was not a harbinger of doom, but rather a spirit tethered to her own unfulfilled motherhood, drawn to the life blossoming within Sarah. The final encounter unfolded on a stormy night, reminiscent of the tempest that had claimed Eleanor's husband. Alone and heavy with child, Sarah sat in darkness as the power flickered out. Lightning flashed, illuminating the nursery where she had just assembled the crib. For the first time, she saw Eleanor clearly, standing by the crib, her form trembling as silent tears streamed down her face, echoing centuries of sorrow. Instead of fear, an overwhelming wave of pity washed over Sarah. "Eleanor," she whispered into the dark room, reaching out to the sorrowful figure before her. Eleanor turned, her pale face etched with grief, yet her eyes held a depth of longing rather than malice. "I'm so sorry," Sarah said, her voice trembling with empathy. "I'm so sorry for what happened to you, but you have to let go. This is my child. You need to find your own peace." The two women, one alive and the other a wisp of memory, locked eyes across the room. Another flash of lightning illuminated Eleanor's expression, and in that moment, Sarah witnessed a shift. The anguish softened into resignation, followed by a faint, grateful smile that seemed to release an invisible weight. With a final wave of sorrow, Eleanor faded into the shadows, and with her departure, the sweet scent of lilies vanished for good. The heavy sadness that had lingered in the house lifted, replaced by a quiet emptiness filled with understanding. Liam and Sarah had not fought a demon, but had met a ghost yearning to be heard. Their home was never haunted again, yet they carried the memory of the woman in gray, ensuring their daughter would one day know the story of the mother who loved this house long before they did.